ready for that boat experience again. The Sea Champion and the Embassy say, book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959, 281-4723, or email us at coralvisiontt@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Hey, that boat, I look like it's on to it.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world. The Street 919FM.com.
News from the Street 919FM.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 12 o'clock news on the Streets 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube on Iwer TV. In the headlines, TNT told to brace for bad weather. Vendors complain of skyrocketing food prices. Tutor tells teachers to sleep late on Thursday and report for work half a day. And internationally, U.S. charges dozens with $250 million pandemic relief fraud. And now the news in detail. Citizens are being told to brace for heavy showers and thunderstorms from this evening as a tropical wave is moving in from the Atlantic Ocean. The Met Office says it is uncertain as to how the disturbance might develop, but Trinidad and Tobago is almost certain to face stormy weather. The Met Office posted an adverse weather alert yellow level from 5 a.m. today to Thursday at 8 p.m. It says TNT should expect showers and isolated thunderstorms. This activity is associated with an active tropical wave with potential for development over the next few days. Meanwhile, municipal corporations began preparing for floods, landslides, and other hazards. Minister of Rural Development and Local Government Faris Al-Rawi met with the Minister of Public Utilities, the Minister of National Security, and the Minister of Works and Transport to discuss preparedness. Al-Rawi also met virtually with mayors, chairmen, chief executive officers, and disaster management units of the 14 corporations to ascertain the level of readiness, equipment status, and offer sand for making additional sandbags. The local government ministry also coordinated with WASA, TNTech, the Defense Force, the Municipal Police Service, the National Quarries Company Limited, and the Solid Waste Management Company in preparation for any impending storm. In other news, food prices are continuing to skyrocket, causing hardship to consumers, farmers, and vendors. At the Central Market in San Fernando on Monday, sweet peppers sold for $20 per pound, while foreign tomatoes sold for $17. Vendors are saying this is the worst they have seen. Farmers, meanwhile, are being hit hard by rain and floods. People are being encouraged to plant kitchen gardens to reduce their food costs. At the Namdefco market in D-Bay, sweet peppers were selling wholesale from $16 to $20 depending on the size. The retail price is $20 to $22 a pound. While pimentos are selling $4 for $5, cabbage is wholesaling at $10 per pound now and being retailed at $12. Agriculture economist Omadath Maharaj said the prices will continue to go up unless proper agricultural policies are put into place to encourage the cultivation of staples. Maharaj encouraged the Minister of Agriculture to utilize his experts and appointees across ministries, affiliated state agencies, and other technical and coordinating bodies to urgently move into boosting the engagement, capacity, and productivity of the agriculture sector to ensure food and nutrition security. In other news, teachers from all levels of the education system are being advised to sleep late tomorrow morning as they rest and reflect on the alleged disrespect being displayed by the Chief Personnel Officer to their union's request to meet to continue wage negotiations. Teachers are being told to sleep in late and report to work for half of the day. The first Vice President of the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association, Marlon Seals, revealed this yesterday, saying while teachers could not embark on industrial action, they were entitled to provisional leave. On September 5th, the start of the new school term, teachers were told to take the day to rest and reflect, to which close to 80% of the teaching population obliged. To the parents who will be angry about tomorrow's rest and reflect for half the day, TUTA's first Vice President said many teachers were parents too, with children to feed and to take care of. Internationally, U.S. prosecutors have charged 47 people in the largest COVID relief fraud scheme alleged to date. The suspects are accused of stealing $250 million from a government aid program that was supposed to feed children in need during the pandemic. The suspects are being accused of spending the funds on properties, cars, and luxury goods. A Minnesota non-profit organization called Feeding Our Future is accused of orchestrating the plot. The founder of the organization denies any wrongdoing. And that was the 12 o'clock news on the street 919 FM and online, Facebook, and YouTube on Iwer TV. Recapping the headlines, TNT told to brace for bad weather. Vendors complain of skyrocketing food prices. TUTA tells teachers to sleep late on Thursday and report for work half of the day. And internationally, U.S. charges dozens with $250 million pandemic relief fraud. Do enjoy your afternoon and continue to be safe. I am Vanessa Torres.
News from the street. News from the street. 919fm.com.
There's no better way in this world for peace and total rest. Tried and tested, Christ's way is the best. No philosophy, no creed could ever supersede what the Holy Bible, wonderful oracle, showing the people. Oh yeah, and two shall be in the field, one shall be taken. Oh yeah, two shall be at the wheel, only one will fly. Every stone shall be upturned and false doctrine shaken, while God's truth and his people are lifted high. Yeah, the Father never needed religion or systems of it. His word stands on its own and proves its worth. Yesterday, today, forever. God's promises changes never, and true government is when God leads the leader. Lead them on, yeah. True government is when God leads my leaders. Oh, oh yeah. Serious thing now. Well, hear the message in the rhythm. Oh yeah. Problem number one is so plain and simple. Religion it has sentenced God to death. With falsehood and folly, they blindfold simple people for power and the profit that they get. Some would burn you at the stake, rock you and wheel you out for mere denial or even doubt. With violence and bribery they try, is your soul they want to buy. But Jesus said, come freely, all who labor and are weary, come rest in me. Christ say, rest in me. And I say, two shall be in the field, one shall be chosen. Oh yeah, two shall be at the wheel, only one will fly. Man, every stone shall be upturned and false government shaken, while God's truth and his people are lifted high, so high. The Father never needed religion or systems of earth. His truth stands on its own and proves its worth. Yesterday, today, forever. God's statutes changes never. No man true government is when God leads my leaders. Oh, oh yeah. True government is when God instructing the leader. You're listening to the Father. Oh, oh, oh. Will hear me lament for true government, from the president to the parliament, transforming the government, yeah. Affecting the vagrant on the pavement. We want a leader that is heaven sent. Oh, oh, oh. Mathematicians, physicians, politicians, atheists, etc. deny God or decide to just patronize. Hey, they tolerate Christianity as just a social matter, to bury, for marriage, and to baptize. Hey man, check the first two presidents of the United States of America. They were Orthodox, practicing Christians, because the mysteries of God's plan are nonsense to carnal man. The master say walk by faith, never to extrapolate, cause he's too great. I know he's too great. And I say two shall be in the field, one shall be chosen. Yeah, yeah. Two shall be at the wheel, only one will fly. Man, every stone shall be upturned and false government shaken to the root, while God's truth and his people are lifted high, so high. The Father never needed religion or systems of earth. No, his word stands on its own and proves its worth. Yesterday, today, forever. God's statutes changes never. Oh man, true government is when God leading the leader, instructing the leader. We want a government that's tried and true to represent me and you from the Christian crew. Without a word from God, what we gonna do? We want a man from the chosen few. Oh, 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 oh. Somebody love somebody. It's when God leads the leader. It was always true messengers of God's salvation who ruled over the earth's political fate. Oh yeah, but now thanks to the emergence of secular humanism, they separating the church from the state. Ask King David, Joshua, Samuel, Solomon, all these great folks. They knew government without God is guesswork. Without prophetic words to guide, the leader bound to slip and slide. So you know when all is said and done, they got to know the Holy One to lead my generation, my congregation. Two shall walk in the field, one shall be chosen. Yeah, two shall be at the wheel, only one will fly. Man, every stone shall be upturned and false doctrine shaken, while God's truth and his people are lifted high, so high. The Father never needed religion or systems of earth.
Yeah, true government is when God leading the leader. Who leading your leader? Who is leading your leader? That is my question today. We're seeing what's happening. We're understanding what's going on in Trinidad and Tobago. And not just in Trinidad and Tobago, but by extension, the world. Who is leading your leader? When we watch what's happening in simple local politics, we're seeing where Gary Griffith and his good long-time friend is falling out. Gary Griffith and his good old-time friend. You remember when we used to have the issue with the protests? And the one-man protests, and David, what is his name? Forget the young boy name now, yes? Forget the young man names now. No, David Welch. You remember when David Welch used to be doing the one-man protests? And then you have fellas like, what's his name? What's his name again? Fella name again now? Political leader of PEP, Philip Alexander, would come out by the same Red House, would call Gary Griffith and tell Gary Griffith, hey, you know, I out here protesting, you know. Ting. You remember those days? Yeah. We seeing where friends are turning enemies in the political arena. What am I talking about? There was you remember Mr. Gary Griffith had a political meeting, and Mr. Griffith would have attempt to try to expose the prime minister and try to say certain things. You know, it's amazing. I always want to say this to Mr. Gary Griffith and all his followers. You remember when Gary said that if he was to expose certain things, you'd have an election in the morning? What going on with that, Gary? You have nothing to say again? That just dropped in my mind a while ago. But I wanted to touch on something. So David. So not David. Yeah. So David Welch is now going up against. He has declared that he's going up against, what's the man name? What's the man name again? What's the man name? Adrian Leons. He said that he's going up against Adrian Leons. You all aware of that? How many of you know hear that video? Yeah, it have a video going around with David Welch telling Adrian Leons that he don't want to be no what do you call it, shadow minister. He wants to be the NP. He wants to be the MP for Lavantil Mova. Right? That's what he's saying. He wants to be the MP for Lavantil Mova. So no longer David Welch wants to be no shadow NP. He wants to be the NP. He wants to be the MP for Lavantil Mova. So we have some interesting things to talk about today also. I want to remind, and I just want to say this, very calm, collective, cool. I want to ask, where is Miss Bissessa? Anybody could tell me? We had Monday night, we had about 2 or 3 Monday night forums. And Ms. Bissessa hasn't spoken at any of these Monday night forums where there are some urgent things for her to clear up. Ms. Bissessa hasn't spoken at any Monday night forum for the past 2 to 3 weeks. Let me say 2 weeks. Because David Lee spoke at one. Then we had, what's his name? Dr. Moodilal speaking at the other one. It could be about 3 Monday night forums Ms. Bissessa in talk on. After the debacle, after the nonsense that was spoken at a Monday night forum where she said that we never fight for no independence. Right? And when Khadija Amin would have said that Dr. Rowley did not attend the 50th anniversary, the 50th anniversary independence celebration. She said Dr. Rowley did not attend that. We haven't heard from Ms. Bissessa at all. At all. At all. At all. At all. Why? Anybody can tell me? Because we're waiting on Ms. Bissessa to give us a clear idea on what is her position on the Alderman statement. Remember the Alderman that I have an issue with and that I have been consistently talking about? I haven't heard, we're still waiting on the UNC to respond to that. The last time Dr. Munilal with somebody else told us that Ms. Khadija Amin, who is the shadow local government minister, she's the shadow local government person. She was supposed to investigate it and get back to us on it. It going into 2 weeks. Khadija, cat got your tongue? We're not hearing. We haven't heard from Ms. Bissessa on this issue. We haven't heard from Ms. Khadija Amin on this issue. What is going on? Silence is consent, or silence is golden? Silence is agreement on statements that was made by this alderman. Do you all agree with this alderman by calling people those names or that name? And the media, some people in the media are very silent on it. And you know, CNC3 has removed the video or the report. So you're not seeing the report on it anymore. So if you're looking for the report on it, you're not going to see the report on it. That has become, and that's why people just call them UNC3. People call them UNC3 because they just remove things that is UNC. Anything that is making a pronouncement, or who is this? Right? It's a UNC3. So talk to me. What's going on? What really going on, Trinidad and Tobago? What really going on? Are we being played for fools? Are we being taken for fools? What is really going on? Right? What is really going on? We're not hearing anything. Huh? So we shift our attention from what was going on in Tobago, all the talk about what happening with the chief secretary and whoever. Let Tobago deal with that. Let Tobago people and the Tobago House of Assembly, we will see the outcome of it with Watson, Duke and them. I want to know what is our opposition position on the alderman in Sandy Grande. Right? I want to know what is your position on that, Ms. Bissessa. I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you. What do you forget about that? That's not important anymore. Why is that not important anymore to some of us? Anybody could tell us? Because all of the issues that surrounding us concerning Ms. Bissessa, and I want to show you, So, Ms. Bissessa has always said that she has taken the position, clear your name and come back. How come I'm not hearing her telling you tell Jack Warner, I know, clear your name and come back? You told, what is his name? The lawyer boy, Ramdeen, clear your name and come back. How we not hearing you? There's that deafening silence with David Lee. Well, they don't believe me. Do you all believe or do you all disbelieve? Oh, you know, just call me the Clips King, you know. I just love to remind all you. Because you see, some of you just want to pretend as though you don't remember. But I'm here to remind you all, and I'm here to just, you know, keep you all in the loop on what is going on in our beloved country, Trinidad and Tobago. So Miss Bissessa would have told Jack Warner, Jack boy, clear your name and come back. You remember that? You do remember that? And she also told, who again? She told Jack to clear your name, come back. Who again she told to clear the name and come back? Gerard Ramdeen, clear your name and come back. And who she tell that to? Clear your name and come back. We're not hearing that now for David Lee. But let me remind you a little bit now. Let me take you back. Let me take your memory back. Listen to this. Jog in your memory a little bit. Join me on the live. Join me on Street 919 FM Facebook page. Also on YouTube, Iwer TV. All right. Let me say good afternoon to all of you joining me on Facebook and on YouTube. So I'm seeing my Facebook people on. Good afternoon to you guys. And my YouTube people are on. 300 of you. Thank you very much for being with me on YouTube. Facebook, we could do better than that. Let's go. So listen to this.
Camera on Jack.
Rising sun. And to Mr. Warner, I say, clear your name and come back home. But once you have not cleared your name, you cannot come back home. My government.
Camera on Gerard.
Sure. But, you know, I've always taken a particular kind of approach when I was in government and outside. I continued to take that approach. And it was clear your name and come back. This is what I said to former ministers, so this is not unusual.
She was on.
What would Kamala do now?
Expressed support for their deputy political leader, calling the charges trumped up. In a release signed by PRO Dr. Kirk Begu, they said this is the typical PNM playbook with complicit operatives within the police service designed to embarrass and defame. The release went on to say the UNC does not expect
clear your name and come back home. But once you have not cleared your name, you cannot come back home.
So that was for Jack Warner. That was for Mr. Ramdeen. But we're not hearing. We are not hearing Miss Bissessa on Mr. David Lee, her deputy political leader David Lee. Well, while we're waiting for Miss Bissessa to tell us who have to clear their name and come back home, we have two partners in the political arena. You know now, they're fighting a little bit, showing picong. Political picong. Well, it's going a little further than political picong. What I'm talking about? I'm talking about Mr. Philip Alexander and his partner, Gary Griffith. So Philip is calling out Gary on an issue. Philip is telling Gary, hey, Gary, what you saying there ain't adding up? Yeah, what you telling we not adding up, Gary? So you had to wheel and come again. That's the statement by Philip Alexander to Mr. Gary Griffith. You understand? Wheel and come again, because what you're telling us not making sense. What am I talking about? I'm sure many of you would have heard it. I'm sure many of you would have heard it. So let's go with it. Look at this and listen to how. All right, listen to how Philip Alexander is exposing his good friend and brother, Gary Griffith. Listen to this.
Only one. I'll give you an example. Today, Yes, the PEP. Today, somebody sent something to me. I want to play this from my phone through the microphone.
Our constitution was drafted that the special branch reports to whom? Take a guess who the special branch reports to. Not the Commissioner of Police. The Prime Minister. People don't know that. It is a fact. I was the Minister of National Security and I was the Commissioner of Police. I can tell you, they report directly to the Prime Minister. There are 2 special branch officers here tonight that are actually macroing and watching everything that is being said. Because, now Lauren, don't look around. They're just doing their job. But I'll tell you why. Because the role and function of the special branch, listen, is to attend every political meeting by opponents of the government and report to the Prime Minister who attended and what was said. Ladies and gentlemen, this is dictatorship. It must end.
Right. But you was the Minister of National Security. And it didn't matter to you then when it was working for you. And that is what upsets me. And you were the Commissioner of Police. But when you and Rowley was good, it wasn't a problem that Special Branch was reporting to Rowley. Because we now hear you talk about that. And I want you to understand, my partner Kurt was at that meeting too. And I want you to understand, I know Gary since I was a little boy. But politics in this country cannot be about who is your friend and who you like. Politics in this country has to be about the truth in Trinidad and Tobago. Tell me the truth.
Well, he looking for the truth. He looking for the truth, Olio. I don't know. Somebody might have to share the truth with him. I ain't not going to. I don't think I have time of day to talk to share truth with you. But yeah, the both of them having it out. Both of them are having it out. Interesting, eh? Interesting. You say, you know, Gary, since he a little boy. Very interesting. But we are under a serious weather alert. And I just wanted to share some information with you all about this weather alert. So you can come on the live. Join me on the live Street 919 FM as I give you some information about this severe weather alert that we are about to experience. So listen to this, Trinidad and Tobago.
Communications meteorologists and the Trinidad and Tobago Meteorological Services with an update of the current weather situation over Trinidad and Tobago and the southern Windward Islands. On Monday afternoon, the 19th of September 2022, an area of disturbance developed along a tropical wave which we have been monitoring. This area of disturbance is still somewhat disorganized, but the probability for cyclonic development has been increasing over the past 2 days. And at 8 a.m. this morning, the system has been tagged with a probability of 70% chance for development over the next 48 hours and a 90% chance over the next 5 days. Trinidad and Tobago is at this time experiencing this tropical wave and the disturbed weather associated with it. Whether or not the system develops into a cyclone, it is still forecast that the present weather conditions over Trinidad and Tobago will continue for the most part of today into tomorrow. Cloudy to overcast conditions with periods of showers and or rain and a 70% chance of heavy showers and thunderstorms in varying localities. Street or flash flooding events and landslips are likely in areas so prone. Agitated seas can occur in areas under heavy showers or thunderstorms, and rainfall accumulations of 75 to 125 millimeters are expected in some areas, and gusty winds in excess of 70 kilometers per hour are possible in the vicinity of thunderstorms. A yellow level adverse weather alert number 2 is in effect until 8 p.m. tomorrow, Thursday, the 22nd of September. The Trinidad and Tobago Meteorological Services continues to monitor this tropical wave and will issue updates as the situation warrants. So please pay close attention to our updates and information over the coming hours and at least until tomorrow. You can visit the TTMS at www.metoffice.gov.tt or download our mobile app. Search the mobile app store at TT Met Office or follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
So you heard that. So I hope that you did listen and you were taking the weather advisory very serious. Very, very serious. Please don't, sometimes we just pretend and we just take things for joke. Right? Sometimes we just pretend and take things for joke and say, nah man, that, he's always here about that and don't come out of that and they're always telling me we're alert. This time, please take it serious and don't go into that complacent mode that some Trinidadians find themselves in. All right. Just touching back on an issue that I saw when it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I saw an issue that I just wanted to just touch on a little bit. I know some people might really think that, gosh, we're sick and fed up of them now with this nonsense. But I think that this is something that I really want you all to listen to, because it jumped into my mailbox and it just led to so much questions that are not being answered. I don't know about all here, but there are some things that, you listen to them and you kind of brush it off. But there are some things that you just can't brush off. Because when you listen to it, sometimes it makes you wonder, have more questions than answers. More questions than answers. I don't know how many of you listen to this How many of you listened to this this story? When I looked at it and listened to it, I said, but wait now. Something about this just not right. Just not right. But I'm going to show you what it is I'm talking about. I looked at it, I listened to it, I said to myself something about this story not adding up. It's just not adding up. It's not adding up at all. And some of us, when we listen to it, yeah, some of us can always say, something about this just not adding up. While I look for that, some of the security guards from the EPA, some security guards are really upset, and they're calling for attention on this issue. Let me show you the issue that I'm talking about. Remember we were talking yesterday, and Brian would have called in, and Brian would have been sharing with us some issues that security guards are talking about, and they're saying here what we need. The laws were going to be changed, and they wanted to change the laws for security officers and stuff like that. This is the security firm that the security officers belong to, and I want to play for you what they had to say. So join me on the live. Join me on Street 919 FM Facebook page, also on YouTube, Iwer TV. Look at this and listen to the concerns of these security officers who are a part of the security firm that the officers who would have lost their lives. I think the young lady is still fighting for her life. I spoke to her sister today. I didn't want to have an interview with her, but I spoke with her sister, and her sister said to me, because I got to find out that the family listens to the Street 919 FM, and we want to send some strength and some love out to them. All right, but she shared some stuff with me that I'm not even I don't think I want to even start to talk about. But we need to send up some prayers for the young lady and wish her all the best.
None of us, nobody ever wanted to happen, but however, we anticipated because we have been complaining over and over and over about the situation concerning the equipment and training and everything that is applied to estate police officers, right? We have 2 officers from Allied dead, one still struggling for life, and I want to make it clear because a number of people have been killing her. She is still fighting at the Mount Hope Hospital for her life, right? I have with me here members of the executive before by Second Vice President Mr. Davandi, General Secretary Mr. Ramadotli, and then also have Mr. Joseph, Mr. Cooper, and also Mr. Ryan. Right? But this is not about the executive thing, where we have been making our calls since 2019 for the authorities, for the Minister of Finance to take away taxes and duties on bulletproof vests and to provide more opportunities and better training, right? That is what is the crux of the matter. Yesterday on the radio program on 995, we mentioned this also, and then when I came off the program on my way home, I got the message, right? But this, I have here, I have the president, the secretary of the branch board, Ms. Ranger, right? She is going to address, and then we also have Mr. Krevel, right? These are their colleagues. These are people that they make these shifts where they have been complaining for the longest while. So I want to hand over to them so that they could tell the press exactly what's been happening out there.
We has been begging Allied Security for over 7 years for proper vehicles to do CIT pickups. Allied has not provided that. What they did is to continue to increase in their pickups and give us vehicles that is not suitable. I would have written to the HR department, Ms. Singh, asking for a meeting to deal with safety of vehicles, bulletproof vests, and some other issues. To date, Ms. Singh has not responded to me. I would have to go to the deputy chair to get a meeting on the 24th of last month. We would have met with the deputy chair concerning bulletproof vests. The argument is the price of the vest and what the company is willing to pay for the vest. Today we have 2 dead colleagues and 1 is fighting. I'm asking for the government to put things in place, laws in place for these security firms to have proper vehicles and safety equipment for all estate constables. Thank you.
2 colleagues of mine, 2 friends of mine, 2 family members, basically, because we have family at this level. These guys would have served the company, Mr. Peters, for 19 years, Mr. Stewart going on 15 years. And to see that they lost their lives in such a manner, it is heart-wrenching. These guys left families. Mr. Peters have 2 little kids. Mr. Stewart has a daughter and a son. His mother at home. So we have family members who are grieving this morning together with us. So let us get that out there first. Let Allied Security understand that we are grieving this morning. We are not out here to play, we are not out here to fight, we are grieving. Ms. Ranger would have mentioned the 7 years and more, where we would have tried our best in meetings with the CEO, in meetings with the deputy chair. To get a meeting with the HR manager is almost impossible. And we would have continuously speak to the CEO, Mr. Victor Prasad, concerning the armored vehicles to be used in this particular detail. And I think everybody and every child would know that you need that vehicle to perform effectively and more so safely. We are looking at bulletproof vests dated 6-7 years ago that officers are using. We are outside here saying this morning that enough is enough. If the company does not want to do what they are supposed to do, we are asking the government to step in and ensure that these companies that make millions and millions of dollars on the officers stand up and say, listen, it is time you take care of these people. $17.50 minimum wage an hour. $17.50, $18.76 an hour.
$22 to carry a firearm. And we are looking at that, right? $22 or $26 to carry a firearm. $2 on a soft drink. If so much. Every day our families are struggling. Every day we are trying to make ends meet. And these companies are making millions. Not just Allied. The private industry in its entirety. But today we are focusing on Allied because that is our home. That is where we have given our lifeblood. I have 20 years here. So these gentlemen are very, very close to my heart. The lady who is fighting for her life is a personal friend of mine. Her children call me up. So we are asking the country to pray for her because it's not easy. But we are dealing with Allied. There's a vehicle at the side there. If you all walk down, right after the tent, there's a vehicle at the side there. I would like you all to photograph that vehicle. That is the proposed armored vehicle about 6 years ago? 6 years. About 6 years ago that they would have bought. It is still there, it is rusting. So if the company does not want to invest in its officers, we are letting them know that we are taking no more. We are not going back outside there in those soft shell vehicles because you are talking about high-powered rifles in the workplace now. These guys are not coming to play. And if anybody saw the videos, they would notice that these guys didn't come to play. They came to kill. Not to maim, not to rob alone, but they came with the intentions to kill. There was not even a second for our colleagues to respond. Think about it. You looking at those videos with your family. What is your condition today? So again, I am joining my colleagues here with the executive. I want to thank the executive for making this move with us, as they have been doing since they are in office. And we are saying boldly to the company, get your act together. We are accepting this no more. Get your act together. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
The issue of victimization. When we came here today, we met with one of the managers. He came outside, Mr. Passad, and he started talking down to the officer and started cussing, saying the M-word, the mother, so and so. And that is the kind of managers we have here today. That is the kind of manager. So you all, the media and the public, could just imagine what these officers face and why they are fearful of being victimized. If after 2 persons lose their life and one in the hospital, a manager, Mr. Passad, could come outside and start to cuss, that is very unfortunate. That says a lot for the company. And I'm sure he will be in this company for a long time. I'm sure he will be in the company for a long time. No action will be taken against him. But if an officer refuses to go out to work because they are not provided with this protective equipment, they will take action against them. And they have a tribunal that normally set up here. But it's better the association represent you in a tribunal than 6 after career. It's time this thing comes to an end. It's time security officers in this industry come out. How much more fearful you could be of victimization, people losing their life. It's time for you to take a stand. And it's time for the country to understand that you all have to support the private security industry and the security industry, because these officers protect you and your family as well. $17.50 and $18 an hour to put your life in the line, to protect your family and to protect the cash. So we need, and the private security bill would not address these issues. We call in once again on the government to meet with the association to address, the issues in the industry. Just imagine today, if it had a private security bill in its present form, these officers wouldn't have the Estate Police Association to represent them. We would not be here representing the officers. We might be here, but not as a representative, because the private security bill take away their precept. So there's a lot of changes need to happen in this industry. The budget is Monday, so I hope if it's not there, that they could find a place in the budget where they could reduce or remove all the taxes for protective equipment.
right, so you all would have heard the concerns of the security officers. All right, you all heard the concerns of the security officers, and I really sympathize with them, and I pray that they come to some kind of resolution to this situation, because it is really, really, really sad to know that you're not protected properly. You are not protected properly, and I'm glad that they're talking out. Because there are some people who would not have talked out. There are some people who, let's say, thank God they're talking out and they're not, protesting. Because think about it, if they were protesting, might have a different outcome. And, the young man, one of the guards there would have talked about the disrespect meted out by management. That's another thing by itself. Because you out there making money for the company, you're out there defending the company, you're out there making sure that the company look good, but then the company decide that they want to disrespect you. And that's another sad state of affair. Very sad state of affair. Right? So we want to ask that, I don't know the procedures, I don't know if the security, the union could meet with the government, seeing that this is still on the front burner. There's a picture of, I don't know how many of you saw the picture of the little boy, where the bullet would have grazed his eye. If you come on the live, you would see it. I want to show you this. All right, the bullet would have grazed the eye of this little boy. How old is he? I don't know his age. All right. But I want you to come on the live and see how the bullet would have grazed the eye of this little baby. This little boy, he was about no more than how much years old. It's about 3 or 4, for the most 5. And he's going to primary school. So he must be about 6 or less. All right, I want to show you. Come and see. It's really sad. It's really, really sad. This is the little boy and the eye. So if you're on the live, you're going to see it. All right. You come on the live, you will see it. They say it's just centimeters away from him losing his eye. And well, we thank God that he is all right. All right. We thank God that he's all right, and that he's all right. He's 9 years old. Somebody's telling me he's 9. Somebody else is saying he's 7. All right, so he's 9. He can't be 9. He looks smaller than 9. But if he's 9, he's 9 years old. All right. I'm getting ready to go for a break and come back. When I come back, I have a video. I want you to sit down with your popcorn. If you have popcorn, you have a little chance to pop some corn and get something to drink, because I have a video to show you all that will make you wonder where something is wrong. Right? Something is wrong somewhere along the line. So I want to show you that video, and I just want to again appeal to Miss Bissessa. All right, somebody saying yes, his father said he's 8. Okay. All right. I don't know. So, I'm going to show you the video that you need to get some popcorn for in a little bit after the break. And then I want to appeal to Ms. Bissessa again. We need you to get off of mute and talk. Come back after this.
You've got bills to pay. And so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Here at Lend Capital Certificates, we provide opportunities for your money to make money. We all know saving is important, but saving alone won't get you to your financial goals. And let's face it, the bank doesn't have your best interest in mind. So this is your wake-up call. Do you have $1 million saved? Then contact us today. Spots Unlimited. Call 324-LENN. That's 324-LENN.
Every Friday, it's all about Fire Boot Soca Fridays.
with MC Duke and Selector Kochi from 6 straight to 9 p.m. blazing all the latest and past soca hits. So remember, make it a line, make it a day. Rock and come in, you know. It's all about Fire Moon Soca Fridays on the Street 919 FM. You don't know.
Shalom. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under commanding General Yohana will be on the street 91.9 FM every Monday from 7:05 p.m. to 8 p.m. bringing you the truth according to the Bible. The ISUPK is a non-profit faith-based community organization that will respond to the plagues that's affecting blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We also have programs such as education, both adult and youth, food distribution, rehabilitation, both drug and alcohol, mentoring, counseling, and spiritual support. Remember, tune in every Monday on 91.9 FM, 7:05 p.m. Shalom.
Reggae Rock Sundays featuring MC Duke and Selector Kutchi present Reggae and Rockers. On board the Embassy Yacht on September 24th, Republic Night. Boarding 10 p.m. and sailing at 11 p.m. at the Hyatt Waterfront in Port of Spain. Get your reggae groove on. With top DJs, Selector Kutchi, Bruce Wayne, TC, and Heavy Duty. Early bird tickets cost $150. After that, you pay more, $175. For tickets, call Selector Kutchi at 777-7909 and MC Duke at 349-4121. Reggae and Rockers Republic Night. No oversized schoolers allowed. Don't miss it.
Looking for me in a reggae party, me get me at the corner.
This is Wayne Delamore, Head Consultant and Director of Natural Health Solution. With over 15 years of experience in clinical nutrition and microscopy, we specialize in early detection and prevention. We incorporate evidence-based nutrition and science-driven analysis. Tune in to our educational program every Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. right here on the Street 91.9 FM. For appointments, call 222-2189 or 304-5816. At Natural Health Solutions, we offer a natural solution to healthy living.
Hi, Trinidad and Tobago. This is yours truly, Pastor Charles, streaming live from Port of Spain, Trinidad, Maraval Road, 91.9. Our services start from, 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning from the first, the second, and last Wednesday of the month. We are going to have a TRME time in the presence of God. We'll be praying, praise God, for our nation. We'll be praying for families. We'll be praying for those that are sick and those that are in need. Tune in to the best station, 91.5 FM Street Live, Port of Spain, Maribel.
If you're experiencing pain, constipation, headaches, poor blood circulation, high or low blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, swollen or darkened feet, come visit us at Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle offer a wide range of services. Come and experience our new 3D analyzer, which allows you to have a look inside your body. We also provide live blood analysis, iridology, ionic foot detox with foot soak and foot massage, aquatherapy, full body massage, and organic supplements on sale such as Nano Silver, Nano Zinc, Body Light, cold pressed sesame oil, and more. Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. For more information, call 275-8359 or 288-1108.
Join Nicole Huggins for Health and Wealth Lifestyle Tuesday morning from 11:05 to 12 noon. Right here on the Street 919 FM.
This is Bishop Aaron Williams from the Divine Problem Solving International Ministries, inviting you to be part of our broadcast on any given Thursday night from 12 midnight right on to 5 a.m. on Friday morning. And this broadcast is called Early Morning Gospel Market Program. Then we have on Tuesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. the Holy Ghost Gospel Pharmacy. If you are sick and ailing, you could get from this particular pharmacy, from the pharmacist, the good things of life. Hallelujah. And any Saturday from 10
11 a.m. to 12 noon, breaking through the host of the Philistines. Hallelujah. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, hearing the babel of false doctrines that you encounter daily, it's about time you get close to God. God's word direct from his throne room in the name of Jesus.
God has good plans for his people. Why do you worry so much?
Good about I'm looking like it real bad.
Are you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say, book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959, 281-4723, or email us at coralvisiontT@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Hey, that boat, I look like it's not well.
Going out and bad and the people better we causing trouble.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's radio. Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
You are invited to join Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour Family Radio Ministry every Sunday from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. to the Children's Hour Worship Ministry of the Word and the Family Forum every Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. The Law and You, and every Friday evening from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. All night prayer live, designed with you in mind. This program deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will also be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He hath showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doeth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly and to love mercy and walk humbly with thy God. Your financial support through the First Citizens Bank will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222. For further information, call 753-1113 or email us at church668hope@gmail.com.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
All right, so I'm back with you, Trinidad and Tobago, and I'm hearing about a fire in Rio Claro. If you jump on the live, you're going to see it. Those of you who live in Rio Claro, New Grant area, you can confirm this. There is a fire that is happening right now as we speak, I believe, in Rio Claro by Passad the King, Food King. All right, if you jump on the live, you're going to see it. There's a fire that is happening right now where Passad the King, the Food King, somebody sent me the video, so I want to show you the video of what's happening down in Rio Claro. So there is a fire happening as we speak right now in Rio Claro by Passad the Food King. So come on the live and you will see it now. So if you're on the live, you're going to be seeing it. There's a fire, right, Rio Claro Junction, right after New Grant, you know, where after Monkey Tongue, after you pass Monkey Tongue, going up past New Grant, on the corner there's a Passad, the Food King, right there. And from what I'm seeing is that there is a serious fire that's happening in the building. So if you are living around that area, you could come out, you could call and tell me what's going on down there right now. All right? While the fire going on, they say the pie man selling out. Yeah, they say the pie man selling out. Yeah. You gain your potato and cheese. See it here, boy. You gain your potato and cheese with ham. Only good, boy. Look. All of this happening right by which party fire taking place, you know. Never and all movement in Trinidad to be going on. The man police like all of that only showing me on this thing here. Me don't want to see all of that, you know. I just want to see the fire. So this is what's happening here. Serious fire taking place. The Food King in Rio Claro on fire. The Food King. So if you're living anywhere close to there and the saying the man rocking his pies as normal, you know.
Hold on.
Serious fire taking place down there. Alright. So I said to you, if I went for the break, I had a video to show, and I still have the video to show. And I want to show you the video. I'm going to show you the video in a little bit. But I want to remind Ms. Bisessa that we are awaiting your voice, ma'am. We want to hear you. We are not hearing you on this issue. There's this silence on you. And I just want to reiterate my point. I want to bring it to your attention. To all my listeners, I know this is my last hour. But I have to bring it up in my last hour. Must bring it up in my last hour. So anybody who knows Miss Bisessa, or anybody who are the UNC, you know, the trolls, the UNC trolls that has come on Street 919, we need your political leader to come and say something about this, please. All right? I'm not letting it up. I hear my colleague said that she's going to organize a maxi. Well, I may not be able to organize a maxi, but I could talk about this.
In the Sangre Grande Regional Corporation, and tonight calling on UNC leadership to remove Alderman Susan Holder.
CNC3 News has obtained an audio recording of a council meeting where the UNC councillor used a racial slur when referring to her PNM counterparts.
It's a story you'll see only here on CNC3 News. Otto Canton tells us more.
And I was told when the PNM members of council didn't have the way, they decide to get on like some idiot citizens. Mr. Chairman, I heard the CEO say today about the behavior. Why when the PNM members of council conducting themselves in a disgraceful, distasteful, or quadrant kind of way, they don't come out and tell them these things. We are only standing up for what is right in here, Mr. Chairman.
Statements made last week at the Sangre Grande Regional Corporation statutory meeting, now being strongly condemned by People's National Movement councillors. The heated words came from United National Congress Alderman Susan Holder. Later, the recording corporation chairman Arnold Jutram could be heard cautioning the alderman on her language. And this was Alderman Holder's response.
Being very cautious with the name calling. I call nobody. I know that. I didn't call nobody. So that's a safeguard, you know. They could say what they want, I say what I want too. And if the lawsuit come and take it that too, I know how to do that too. I good at it. Me afraid of it.
Speaking to CNC3 News, Corporation Chairman Arnold Jutram confirmed the recording is authentic. He said that he cautioned Alderman Holder and he has distanced himself from her comments. He is making it clear that he will never support such statements.
In regards of those type of comments, be it from what side of the political divide, as an individual, I am not in support of those type of comments. I'm a proud Trinbagonian, and I stand with every creed and race, find and equal place. And those type of comments are inhumane, very insensitive, and callous.
Commenting on the issue, Alderman Susan Holder admitted to making the statement, but defended herself by saying she never called names. Alderman Holder said her comments came after PNM councillors behaved in a way she called unbecoming when she presented a proposal to the council. She said that she will have to rethink whether she will withdraw her statements.
I did not call any one of them a old. I said they conduct themselves in a type of old manner.
But people would ask the question, Alderman, that language may not be council-like. I mean, what was your views on that?
Well, Otto, the people may say that, but that is a term being used when you conduct yourself in such a classless manner.
But after the interview, Alderman Holder wanted to retract her statements to CNC3 News. PNM councillors are now calling for Alderman Susan Holder to be removed.
I could imagine how the other crowd people in that meeting felt when you used that, because you could hear some other people clapping and laughing. That is not nice. Ms. Bissetta and the UNC do something now about Susan Holder's behavior.
Valencia West Councillor Simon Gill said when the words were said, Chairman Chukram did nothing, as we hear in the recording.
I did question the other man about the language being used.
When it was brought to his attention that members were questioning what was said and we had issues with the statements what was said, we asked the chairman to be held to hold it to account. And his response was, I caution her. I caution her is not a valid answer or response to that racially charged and disgracefully motivated statement that was made.
The PNM councillors intend to file motions against the chairman and alderman in the next statutory meeting. Otto Carrington, CNC3 News.
So I still waiting, I am still waiting to hear from Ms. Bissessa on this issue. So while you all might forget, and while some of you might, pretend as though it do exist, I am still waiting to hear from Ms. Bissessa on this statement. Okay? There's no, and we're not hearing anything. We're not hearing anything. Some of you wish that it would blow away, but it's not going to blow away. Because once I sit in this chair, I am going to call on Ms. Bissessa to answer. What does she have to say about this. And you realize nothing is happening. There is nothing being said about it. I just want to make sure you realize, there is nothing being said untoward about this statement. Nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Right? And I will be sitting right here, keep on asking and looking for an answer. Okay? Is it that UNC condoning this alderman's behavior? I'm just asking a question. Is that the UNC is condoning this alderman's behavior? Give all a little something in the media to hold, to keep all quiet. Because you know people quick to say we like to cut up clips now. Oh, they only like to cut what the person say. Or they like to cut what the person say. Well, I just play a report from the news. That is no longer in their archives. You can't find that report anymore. That report has disappeared. Let's let you know. That report don't exist anymore. That report that you just saw there, nah. Any place you will see that is on my show. You ain't seeing that anywhere else. Are you not hearing any other talk show or any other reporter talking about it? It's just me. I just being real. But we still calling on Ms. Bissessa to give us her answer to this statement that was being made. All the UNC supporters, I'd love for you all to call and tell me what is your political leader stance on this situation. What is she saying? What is the party saying? What is the party stance on it? Huh? What does the party has to say about it? Any UNC, I'm waiting for Mr. Penal. I'll open up the line for Mr. Penal. I'm waiting to hear from Central. I'm waiting to hear from any one of the UNC defenders. Any one of them. I will love to hear them. Tell me, what is the UNC position on this lady? And while we wait for that, I just sat down minding my own business, and this was dropped into my mailbox, and I want to play it for Trinidad and Tobago. Also for Mr. Fally and Watson Duke. Explain this to me now. Somebody fooling us, somebody taking us for fools, and somebody just believe that our heads are down in the sand. Right? I don't know. Only tell me. Listen to this man. And when you only listen to this man, I open up the phone lines and I want to hear what are your thoughts.
Deliver what they promised and what they promised to fix for Tobago. One quick thing. When you said, Mr. Moderator, that he left with some people from Tobago, my intelligence is that, and I went to Roxborough 2 or 3 times and found out for myself, and the group in large was there in Tobago. They never left Tobago. Who went with Mr. Duke was basically a pickup side from Laventil and the beat somewhere he was campaigning. And those are the people. And with Vanilla and Toppin. So you had a smattering of people from Roxborough, Vanilla Allen Perry and her husband, and so. And we saw what happened, what she was doing, pushing a wheelchair in the public. Apart from that little group, the majority of the group came from Trinidad. So that was really a pickup side. And where Tobago's money would have been spent on people from Trinidad and not the subject group that we were expecting to have left and left early for Tobago Day. So that I just wanted to put that out to the public, yeah. So we had this chicanery, we had this misleading, we had this feint of hand from Mr. Duke. And so I'm happy that the Chief Secretary is going to deal with all of that on Thursday, as he said, and we await those developments and what they promised to fix for Tobago. One quick thing. When you said, Mr. Moderator, that he left with some people from Tobago, my intelligence is that, and I went to Roxborough 2 or 3 times and found out for myself, and the group in large was there in Tobago. They never left Tobago. Who went with Mr. Duke was basically a pickup side from Laventil and the Beetham where he was campaigning. And those are the people. And with Vanilla and Topping. So you had a smattering of people from Roxborough, Vanilla Allen Perryman, her husband, and so. And we saw what happened, what she was doing, pushing a wheelchair in the public. Apart from that little group, the majority of the group came from Trinidad. So that was really a pickup side. And where Tobago's money would have been spent on people from Trinidad and not the subject group that we were expecting to have left and left early for Tobago Day. So that I just wanted to put that out to the public there. So we had this chicanery, we had this misleading, we had this feint of hand from Mr. Duke. And so I'm happy that the Chief Secretary is going to deal with all of that on Thursday, as he said, and we await those developments. Let me stop here for the time being.
All right, so I just had to play that because I confuse now more than ever. I confuse. You see this statement when he say that he said that the people who went with Watson Duke is people from Laventil and Beetham and Sealat, where he campaigning. I confused. I confused when he went on to say I'm confused. I'm confused. You know why I'm confused? Because the man said that the performers or the group, nobody from the group from Tobago went anywhere. I'm confused. I don't know. Let me open the full eyes. Let me open. You all might be able to explain it, what he was talking about for me. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Gogo. What you just played there, I am calling on the Commissioner of Police to get in contact with that man. This is a clear case of misbehavior in public office.
For who?
Whoever picked that team to go to America, claiming it to be Tobagonians. That's misbehavior.
Sorry to laugh, but somebody played me for fool.
Yeah, they played us for fool. That's a clear case of misbehavior in public office.
You know, there's a video with another gentleman saying, but all is saying that these people and them went to America by seeing them here in Tobago.
Certainly, that's what the witness is saying. I went there and I saw the team there. Who was Mr. Duke speaking about?
I don't know.
Well, listen, this thing is more, every day, this is becoming more and more confusing.
But you're making me laugh now. If this man is saying, right, that is not the performance that went to America with Watson Duke is people from Laventil and Sealat, right? And Beetham. But how it is the chief sec say that he paid the ticket?
I'm telling you, this is the whole team misbehavior in public office.
Something wrong?
Right? Misuse of government funds.
The chief sec said that he talked to the man in America and tell him man to organize.
Mr. McDonald Jacob, are you listening?
All right, caller.
I hope you are listening, Mr. Jacob.
Thank you.
Send your corruption team.
Thank
to
you.
deal with it. All right, Brad.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Pastor Google.
I don't know. You can explain. You can explain to me what this man. This man. Is he just talking from the top of his head? Is he just making up all of this? What he is saying, is there some truth to it?
Well, let me start by telling you first. While I was holding on, you said something that I exactly what I was going to say, because I know Farley was sanctioning certain things, and it's only because he and Duke ended up with the falling out because Duke booked him up in public on directly on thing there. They split. But what was Farley doing as the chief sec? I wonder if this man who's you're talking, he knows what he's talking about, and that is factual. Because if so, Farley has a lot of questions to answer. And Fally cannot dust himself out as this, Duke is the bad one and Fally is the good one. It won't work so. And here's the reason why we hear it when Duke made his allegations. Taking Duke to the court, that is all your personal business, and that is your right, Mr. Fally. But you have to comprehensively clear that matter. We need to know, people need to know, we need to see words and figures and documents and explain what it is really Mr. Duke is allegation is and yours all about. You are holding the position of chief sec and also the what is called the treasurer, whatever it is, the thing there. This thing ought not to be going on. Pastor Google is better than him wrap up show and call our election and probably start a new party and on a new headline and thing, because all these other things keep coming out and coming out and coming out. We can't keep up with this, boy. All of a sudden this one come up, we know nothing about all these things. And if that is true, if that is only true, that have some substance, that the people that he carries is from other people, so, and it wasn't people that they say he was carrying and to perform for the Tobago and all these other things, that's massive corruption. That worse than lead then. Thanks.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pascal.
Good afternoon.
Yes, Pascal. Now, you asked a question to Mrs. Kamala Prasad. You asked whether she should take off mute, and she does. Right, Pastor Google?
Yes, Mr. Chance.
Right. Well, I want to remind people, through you as well, that Kamala Prasad Bisesa had a question answer in the Sanic Corporation since 2021, you know. Well, let me of that. In 2021, Anil Maharaj, councillor for Kumoto Tamana in the Sandigani Regional Corporation, was charged police for misbehavior in office for demanding $15,000. He was chairman of the finance at the Sandigani Regional Corporation. As Ms. Prasad said about that?
No.
2021 Pastor. And the other point I want to touch on that a bit. This morning, I want to repeat to the people that the gun crimes, prevalence, gun crimes are having, while there are a number of factors into it, one of the significant factors is question of what happened when the bail bill went to the parliament. You recall, my dear people, that the UNC rejected the bail bill. They rejected it. And they even encouraged the independent senators to do the same. And the bail bill failed in the parliament. Let me remind you what the Commissioner of Police said, how that bail bill will help them. Mr. MacDonald pleaded for the extension of the bail bill. He said it will help convicting criminals and it will help in targeting repeat offenders. Do you know that the police and beyond the tape identified that 2 of the persons involved, they will repeat? Huh?
Wow.
So that we have to be careful
yes.
when we do things like that. Like Pastor Google, I shared it this morning and I want to share it with people again. That on Wednesday, the 8th of September, that is about 2 days ago, legislation in Jamaica dealing with the stringent use of guns, they brought a bill in the parliament to treat with that. And I want you to hear this. That bill was supported and approved by the entire parliament, including the opposition. It passed unanimously. Everybody supported that bill. And that bill, hear the bill, what that bill was all about. Based on the provisions of the Firearm Regulations Act number 2022, persons convicted of gun crimes face a mandatory minimum sentence of 15 years after life imprisonment. So it means that when they go to court, the smallest sentence they can get is years, and they can get up to life imprisonment. That was supported by both sides, Parliament in Jamaica. What is wrong with the opposition in Trinidad and Tobago? And you spoke about leadership. That is a question of leadership. The Kamala Passett has agreed that they hired a number of murders that gives her the entry to the treasury of Trinidad and Tobago. And we must question that. Thank you very much, Pastor Google.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. Chance. Well, here now, I want to thank Mr. Chance very, very much. I want to thank him very much. And he consistently and always reminds us about the chairman of that Sandy Grande Corporation, eh? And you never hear Ms. Bisasa talk about it. But I'll take this caller, and then I want to call, and caller, I want to ask you to be short because I want to call the alderman for the Sandy Grande, the PNM alderman, Ms. Coker, to tell us what is going on with this situation in the Sandy Grande Corporation, how we're not hearing anything. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Pastor Google. I'll try and make it as short as possible. And good afternoon to my male group. You see, you ask yourself, how did we get here when we're gun crimes and all this is concerned? And I tell people, in this country, I had two incidents. I had the coup in 1990, and I had a man called Dolce. And the UNC and the people of that party would never mention UNC, Naim Naya, Teddy Mice. Those were the three. They talk about 1%. I never see a 1% so far in my life as operate like these three men. So let me move on. What do you expect? When they said to us, Munilal jumped out past Google on that incident and said to us, the shadow minister, which is Khadija Amin, is going to have a conference on that. So they had a poll, and I try to make it quick. They had a poll on an East Indian radio station that morning. And the president made a statement for, was it independence? Yes, I think. And then they asked the opposition leader, what did she think about what his president's speech was a whole heap of judgment, because apparently what the president said fall in a garden. So that's a poll. Do you agree on what the president's speech is? And everybody agreed on that poll. Lo and behold, on Monday night, and I made a call to that station and saying, the people who vote on that poll didn't understand the question that they asked, because the piece you played and what the president said is much more than that. Lo and behold, Monday night we have, whatever you call it, the live sport man beating down on our president. You know why? Because what the president says about the opposition, or what the president says fell in the opposition garden, and not supporting or not taking part. How you think about what Saddam Hussein said some night ago about crime and gangs, and think about the incident that happened yesterday. And lo and behold, I have a soldier involved. Just recently, I had a man driving a Mercedes-Benz, not of my race. Nobody didn't talking about that then. The man with the guns, and the man who the police went by when they went by his partner and pick up the same amount of guns. And well, they wake up sooner than later. There are a group of people intend to get to my treasury by all means necessary. They don't care the end result, because plenty of them have jails to make. And they intend, if they can't get it, I will mash it up. And that ain't happening here. Not under my watch. I'm a patriot of my country. And that garbage I'm coming there with, I don't think we should take that. That alderman, all right. You see they're not responding to that. I asked them after that what date was. They said we didn't get no money for the corporation. You hear anyone of them making noise now about your corporation, victimization, PNM, like these people. You hear them now? Enjoy the morning. Or evening, sorry.
All right, Trinidad and Tobago. So I have live on the phone line with me this afternoon, just to give us a good perspective on what's going on, because I am not hearing anything, and something may have been said that I may have missed. And as a responsible talk show host, I try to give you all the truth, and I try to bring the relevant information to you all. So, since last week, I have been asking the leader of the opposition to answer or to respond based on the statements made by an alderman at the Sandy Grande Corporation. We haven't heard from Ms. Bisasa. We saw Dr. Munilal and somebody else on a press conference saying that Khadija Amin, who is the shadow local government minister, would respond. I don't know if I missed it, but I haven't heard from Ms. Khadija Amin. And for the past 3 Monday night forums, I haven't heard anything about the situation at the Sandy Grande Corporation. But I have on the phone line with me this afternoon Alderman Piper, and she is the PNM's alderman, and I just wanted her to give us an idea or follow up on what has taken place, what is going on with this whole situation that took place in the Sandy Grande Corporation. Good afternoon, Alderman Piper.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Good afternoon to the listeners out there. Well, we, just like you, we still await.
Nah, don't tell me that. No, don't tell me that.
We still await to hear anything at all from the UNC party with respect to these racially divisive words that were used at council. We, the PNM councillors, we would have put forward a motion where we are calling for her removal from the committees which she chairs, one of them being finance, and also we're calling out for her resignation, because as I'm sure you are aware, and some of the public may be aware, as an alderman, you are selected to serve on the council. So the party, there will be a list of nominees, 8, and the party now will select from those list of nominees who would be the alderman based on when it is, elections happen, and then they determine how many PNM or how many UNC aldermen you would have. So they have a list of persons that they can draw from. So Ms. Susan can be removed immediately, and we could have another alderman serving at the Sandy Grande Corporation. However, now they choose to remain silent. They choose to try to bury the situation, because they know we in Trinidad, they like to say we have this 9-day memory. But we in the PNM, in the PNM Council, PNM members of Council, we are not leaving the situation at all. And we are supposed to have a special statutory meeting where our motion would be debated, and then we will move from there, because that is all that we can do within the remit of the law.
So you're saying to me that I don't know if you remember hearing it in the news at the press conference where Mr. Munilal, and I can't remember who was the other person who was with him, would have said
I believe that was the Shadow Minister for Education. I think it was Anita, if I'm not mistaken.
Anita Haynes, yes, it was. When they said that Ms. Khadija Amin, who is the Shadow Minister of Local Government, would have responded to it after her investigations. Is she still investigating?
Well, I guess they alone will be able to answer that. And, I just want, the public to know that yesterday we had finance meeting, and Ms. Susan Holder chaired the meeting as per normal.
What? And only didn't walk out?
Well, we talking about finance meeting, Pastor Google. We can't walk out on finance meeting. At the end of the day, we have to make sure that the people's interests are being met. But of course, during our presentation, we would have expressed our disappointment in the chairman of the corporation. For, at least you could have acquiesced with us and take over the meeting at least for today until, this matter has been resolved, But this is the situation that we find ourselves in due to weak and ineffectual leadership at the Sandy Grande Regional Corporation by the UNC chairman and all his cohorts there.
What is the feeling on the ground from the people about the situation?
Well, I don't know if you recall, we also have a councillor who sits amongst us, who has charges in the courts for misbehaving in public office.
Oh yes.
Right, so that's another UNC councillor. And I believe that persons were more aggrieved and upset with the situation with Susan Alderman Holder than with the councillor. Persons were very, very upset about that situation.
Wow.
So the ground, but we have this situation where this situation in Tobago and then the Queen's death. I think there are some who feel that it should overshadow the situation.
No, it ain't overshadowing it. It ain't overshadowing it. I have been still asking, because I have observed that in the 3 or 2 Monday night forums, Ms. Bissessa have not been attending. She hasn't said a word about it. We're not hearing from the shadow minister, Khadija Amin. So I am keeping it. I am keeping it on the front burner. Everybody would tell you that I have been keeping it on the front burner.
We do appreciate that. We're not going to let the situation die out. It is ridiculous. It is. We're not going to allow this to happen. We're not going to allow this to happen, and there's no punishment, or there's not something that there must be some sort of redress in the situation.
All right. Well, I want you to keep us abreast on what's happening. You said to me there is. You were saying earlier on that you will have another meeting or something like that. That you will are going to bring it.
Yes. What has to happen is that we have put forward a motion. You present a motion to be read and to be debated in council, and we would have done that based on the situation because we are keeping it alive, and so that motion will be in next week, in the coming week.
Okay. All right.
Right, and it will be public, so you all are free to join in.
Great. Well, you just keep me abreast on what's going on, so that so that we can let the nation know what is happening also.
All right then. Thank you so much.
Thank you for taking my call. Thank you very much again. Bye bye. I don't know what to say. You all just heard it. The discussion is. We're not here. The woman chaired the finance committee. The woman chaired the finance committee. Okay. Shannon, me go. Well, you wake up now. Wake up, please. Somebody wake me up. All nation, wake up. Please wake up and smell the coffee. These people don't care about you. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, you're not there.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, what she said she's going to keep you informed and it's going to be public. Did she say a date?
No, she didn't. But I think they will let me know. I will let you know. I will let you know.
Very good. Pastor Google, don't expect Kamala Prasad Bissessa to respond to that. You know why? She has Anil Roberts. She has naked, disrespecting the president, saying all kind of using terms. I mean, naked, you name it, he says it to the president. The opposition leader will never, Kamala Pushwati Sociala Bissessa will never comment on that because she condones that behavior. She will never, but I am saying thank God to you and all who other talk show hosts want to keep it alive, and we will keep talking about it. And these reporters, I don't know, they will never ask Kamala Persad-Bissessar about that. Right? So, Pastor Google, you keep it burning. I'm behind y'all 100%. Right? I am with y'all 100%. And if Aisha Hyena Maxi and I could make it, I'll be there. You have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
What a sad day in this country right now. And like people don't really change. Yeah, this man, Annie Roberts, where Kamala bring up parliament. This man disrespecting the president so bad, and people want to bring them back in government 2025. Man, I know people are mad in this country. Because 2 more years to come, things will change here. So when they come in parliament next 2 more years, what will happen? Well, yeah, something have to happen.
All right.
Serious with them people. And Kamala will never say nothing because she's supposed to talk to Annie as a man, as a woman, a mother in the nation, and she ain't telling him nothing. And every time he comes up there with that nonsense and them in parliament, well, thank you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. The question is with fire or gas? Because I just want to give you some more wood or gas to light the fire behind it. Now, Pastor Google, concerning that tape that you play with the incident what is going on in Tobago, that and all, as I share, I give you more wood, more fire and pushing and more gas to make sure the fire keep on lighting, but Pastor Google. And thanks to the councillor for explaining everything, because the person who is chairman of the finance, the person who was there before, is charged, Anil Maharaj or Alin Marabi or whatever his name is. He's charged, so he was the chairman of the finance committee at the time. And this lady now, she been with her racial slurs, and nobody wants to tell her to remove herself or resign. Pastor Google, more fire. Thank you very much.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Pastor Google.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon to your listeners and callers of 91.9. Pastor Google, the Dr. Sao incident, has that been rectified by the Medical Association as yet? Remember the Dr. Sao incident, Pastor? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Pastor, the doctor who when he did the cesarean section on the young lady and slide soap on her child head, that has been rectified by the Medical Association as yet?
Never.
Pastor, you see, there are a lot of things that Pushwati will not touch. And when she realized her back against the wall, she ain't coming to talk. You understand? So she can let her minions say all kind of thing. And you see what the issue was the other day? What Colm say about David Lee and all kind of that is irrelevant, right? He is already arrested and on $1 million bail, and the courts will deal with that. We don't have to listen to what Munilal have to say, because Munilal just wasn't making any sense. But what I'm trying to say, Pastor Google, is that all of these issues will simply remain under the carpet. And when you go to check for it with the real news, with the other news stations, the major news stations, it's no longer in their archives. That's why I won't hear anything about it. That's why you, sir. Thank you very much.